Hello. So let's talk a little bit about sacral chakra crystals and oils. Sacral chakra is the bridge between the root chakra and the solar plexus. So the root chakra, as you know, is red. The solar plexus is yellow. Red plus yellow makes orange. So the energetics of the sacral chakra will have interweaving between the root and the solar plexus. The way that I usually think about it is that um, the energy within these bridges are so important that they have their own chakra. I don't think of them as less than. A lot of people focus on the root and the solar plexus, and kind of ignore the sacral and the throat. And I find that most people have trauma and blockages hidden in their sacral and their throat because they're not focusing on these areas. They're not as motivated to do the healing in these centers. So when we're looking at these energetic centers, think about the color and the energy of the root chakra. It's grounding. It also has to do with uh, our our sexuality, right? It has to do with our procreation, lust. It has to do with survival. It has to do with just those basic needs of safety and survival. Sacral chakra brings us into the energy of feeling and emotion and creativity that come along with it. Now, with that, the reptilian part of your brain, right? If there is stress or trauma, if you're constantly living in a place of fight or flight, meaning your root chakra is not in balance, it is going to cause constant, cortisol blah, 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 in your brain. Your reptilian brain, your amygdala, the emotional center, is going to be exhausted. And so it's not going to be firing properly, which means you're not going to be having relationships that are healthy. You're going to be constantly in eruptive emotions. You're going to be triggered more easily. You're going to be emotional, or you're going to be numb. You've blocked yourself off from feeling so much that you are lethargic, depressed, and tired. So when you're working with crystals and oils that are connected to the sacral chakra, you want to think about what you in fact need. You want to think whether you need more energy or whether you need less energy. If you've got a really aggressive sexual appetite and you're making bad sexual decisions and you have numerous partners and there's no relationship connected to it, that's showing me that you're imbalance, you're overactive there. So we need to harmonize that a little bit. So while all oils and all crystals are going to have different connotations, you need to use your intuition and your discernment to pick the right oil and the right crystal for you. This is one of the ways that you're going to be using your own intuition in finding the right crystal and the right oils for you. So in general, a crystal that is that I think is just beautiful for the sacral chakra, and also connects to the solar plexus and the root, is the tiger's eye. One of my favorite crystals. I tend to consider this more of a solar plexus crystal. However, it does work in terms of creating more creativity and grounding in your life. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more grounding, then that tiger's eye might be helping you to kind of create that healing bridge between the solar plexus and the root, so that way you can be making better choices, making eye of the tiger, right? So that way you can be focusing on where it is that you want to go and what you want to do. Amber, you can see that I'm wearing, is also very connected to the sun, often considered a solar plexus crystal. I also use it for the sacral because it brings that sunlight and energy, that crystalline, crystal golden energy of the sun, and kind of brings that into you. You'll notice I'm wearing today a yellow sweater with a reddish shirt. red plus yellow makes orange. So if you're working in the sacral chakra, and especially if you're having some difficulty working with that, there are a lot of triggers that might pop up for you in this chakra. So this might be a chakra you kind of go really gentle on, and then you can come back to it when you feel the rest of the chakras are more in alignment. Some crystals that I love working with for the sacral chakra, this is called Dalmatian jasper, and I love it because it's got the black dots, which is that grounding energy that you need, but it also has this beautiful vibrant energy of creativity, of creation, of healing. So this is a beautiful crystal to look into. One of the crystals that I wanted to show you, excuse me while I reach for it. This is my absolute favorite for the sacral chakra. If I were to suggest one crystal, it would be orange citrine. Imagine a temple of orange citrine just healing you and sending off these positive, harmonious, optimistic vibes of healing and love and nurturing, right? Nature versus nurture comes in right here in the sacral chakra. This is the nurturing chakra. If you didn't receive a lot of nurturing as a child, if you are feeling very lonely or isolated in life, you need more nurturing. You need more of that loving energy that comes from the womb, that comes from Mother Earth, that comes from the goddess, the archetype of Mother. This crystal will be able to help you with that. So whether you are active or inactive or overactive, whatever you are within the sacral chakra, this crystal will harmonize it. This crystal will help you in terms of connecting more towards it. When you're looking for crystals, you kind of want to be looking for crystals that are, orangey, yellow. One of the crystals that I love, which is great, is called mahogany jasper. I have this in a number of different ways. I have it in a beautiful tower that I have near my computer that I work with, and this is a beautiful one as well. So if you're not sure, that my main crystals would be the orange citrine, tiger's eye, Dalmatian jasper, mahogany jasper, and citrine. But you're always going to use your intuition above all. That is what I want to bestow to you, is the importance of using your intuition and finding the right crystal for you, using your guidance. Do I want to wear this amber necklace today, or should I be working with a different pendant? Going into a store, looking around, seeing which crystal calls you. Sometimes you'll go and you'll pick up a crystal and keep falling out of your hand. That crystal does not want to work with you. That crystal loves you and appreciates you, but it's meant to work with someone else. The crystal that keeps calling you, or the one that when you pick it up, you're like, oh, this is the crystal. This is the one I'm working with, right? You just know. And when you put it in your hand, just feel the energy of that crystal, charge it with your intentions, pick the affirmations that work best for you within the sacral chakra, and just program the crystal with that intention. Just let it know that is your guide. You can keep it in your pocket. I keep them in my bra. It's a nice little place to keep them. You can put them on your altar or your sacred space. You can put them in your home, in your car, wherever you want. You can make your own jewelry, your own bracelets. I make lots of jewelry. It's one of my relaxing things that I do for myself. So, kind of feel into that. Trust your intuition. Hematite also, I just want to mention, is really beautiful for the sacral chakra. It really comes in and allows to kind of let go of those old traumas, grounding you into the healing aspect. In terms of oils, there are so many beautiful oils that work for the sacral chakra. The main one that I would want to mention in this video is wild orange. Wild orange is so healing. It's effervescent. It brings that feeling of just the vibration of joy. When you take an essential oil, You smell it in through your nose. It goes right to the emotional center of your brain, the amygdala, and it heals you. This is where aromatherapy comes in. So you're finding the right scents. Vanilla is a beautiful calming healing oil for this chakra. I use Yang Lang very often in the chakra. Also, honey essential oil. It's not very popular, but it's beautiful. It's soft, and it has a beautiful soft scent. Be careful if you're working with citruses, because if you put them somewhere on your face or on your skin where it's exposed to sun, it will heighten sun damage. So do think about where you're putting the oils in terms of where to put the oil for the sacral chakra. I actually put it right around my belly button, right underneath the breasts, right around my belly button. Kind of circle that belly button, that navel, to kind of activate that center. Also on your feet, the middle toe in reflexology is very connected to the sacral chakra, so you can do like the middle toe down your foot. That's a beautiful way to connect to this chakra. Now I make my own blends. I use uh, Melissa, Ying Lang, wild orange, honey, vanilla. So it has a very soft scent, with some fractionated coconut oil. You can make a little blend of that. Of course, it will depend intuitively whether you need to activate or whether you need to harmonize and balance. So use your intuition. You might, if you have a really inactive sacral chakra, like you're feeling very numb, very depressed, you might need more of the cinnamons and the cloves and those kind of spicy activating, like chai tea, like those scents, cardamom, to kind of activate and bring that. A little bit of turmeric to kind of ground you and bring that rooting in. If you might need some of that effervescent, that orange, to kind of brighten it up. So you'll use your intuition to figure out which is best for you. Of course, if you work in a healing session with me, I can help you figure out which oils will be best for you depending on where your chakra is and where it needs the healing. But in general, you're going to want to use smells that make you feel happy. That is the most important thing you can do. Copaiba is a beautiful oil for emotions. A lot of people in the oil community use copaiba instead of CBD oil. So it has that same kind of qualities of like harmonizing and balancing and relaxing. So you can put a little bit of copaiba in there as well, which has that grounding feeling for the root chakra, which will definitely help. But in general, you want to go with crystals that are on the yellow to orange side, sometimes brown. These are all beautiful, beautiful crystals that will connect you. And I have a listing of all of them in your guide that you can use. And some of them will be able to duplicate to the next chakra. Yellow topaz is a beautiful crystal. Beautiful, beautiful garnet as well. These, again, just because it's the sacral chakra doesn't mean you're not still working with the solar plexus and the root chakra. So some of these crystals and some of these oils are going to be overlapping, as they're designed to do. The body knows how to heal. You have the intuitive gifts within you to know which to use and how to use them. The main thing is if you're new to using oils or essential oils, if you're going to be putting them on your skin, make sure you use a carrier oil. Make sure that you're aware of the sunlight and the reaction. I always say put a little bit on your skin in testing it, somewhere kind of like on your wrist, near your hands, to see how your body reacts to that oil before you put it directly on your body anywhere else, or just kind of dilute it with a lotion or a carrier oil. Also, make sure that you are using and Googling the oils if you're going to diffuse them in your home. If you have children or pets especially are very, very, very sensitive to smells. We know this. So a diffused oil that feels very like calming to us might actually cause illness in a dog. So just be aware if you are going to use oils for your own healing journey. You want to be aware of other people in your home and animals that you might have. You want to keep everybody safe. That's another reason why I suggest if you wear the oils, if you put them on your feet with a sock over them, that way it's just for you. Your feet are pretty tough, so you're not really going to have too many allergies there. Um, you can also take oils internally, like as a supplement, but be very careful doing that. I really don't recommend it unless you've been working with oils or you have someone like me who is guiding you in terms of which to use as a supplement and how much. I wouldn't recommend doing it on your own. I do, but that is something that I've been working on for the last 5 years. So I wouldn't recommend if you're just starting out with oils, especially because not oils are made of the same quality. Some, the ones at Walmart, you don't want to put in your system. Um, you've got to be really careful. Like the ones you get at Michael's or Walmart are not going to be safe, not even for your skin. So just be very careful where you're getting your oils. If you need any help with that, or if you have any questions, please let me know. I certainly make my own blends, which I'm very proud of, so I would be happy to sell them to you. They're made with love. They're Reiki infused. I also send crystals for you, and I can pick them out for you. I do recommend booking a healing session, just so again I can kind of know a little bit more where you are energetically, so I can help you find the right crystal